everyone, it's Catherine. Welcome to my channel, Read Journal Love, and today I decided I'm going to tag team some tags, and this one I recently saw that Lindsay at Books for Christian Girls did, and it's called a Bookish Buzzwords Tag, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought about what my buzzwords would be, and I just thought I would share them really quick. So at the beginning I had a picture. I had some space on a journal page that I didn't fill up, so in my reading journal, so I just kind of put them on there. And so from there I chose a couple just to talk about. And so number one, I think that if this is on the front or in the blurb on the back, I would say I want to read it, and that would be Gothic. I love Gothic fiction. I just always have, like back from my B.C. Andrews days, and I just like that spooky but not quite horror, kind of right in that line, you know. And there's a lot of things about Gothic fiction that I find it, like the certain criteria for that I find interesting. And so I thought of a couple of books. So like even from the classics, Frankenstein, Dracula, all of those, like to in the 70s when Victoria Holt had books, I like those, like the Mistress of Melin. This year I'm going to read The Bride of Pindoric by her, probably my birthday month. And then there's also been some Christian that I would consider in the Gothic type of criteria. One is by Ginger Rano called Playing the Part. I loved it because it was a kind of paying tribute, I guess, to Dracula, because the guy's name was Bram, and he lived in a castle, and there's just a lot of elements to that book that screamed Gothic. And then Abigail Wilson, I wouldn't say she's Christian, but she's clean. I've read a couple of hers, and they were okay. Jamie Jo Wright, she has a couple that I would consider in the Gothic realm. Michelle Greep came out with a duology this past couple of years of Monsters and Men. And the first one was Darkness, Man of Darkness. And the second one was Man of Mist and Shadows. And the first one was inspired by Frankenstein, and the second was inspired by Dracula. Absolutely loved both of them, especially Man of Mist and Shadows. Loved it. Great faith content. Until the Dawn by Elizabeth Camden. This was set in like the 1910s up in those islands by New York that are Edwards Islands. That had a lot of Gothic feel to it. I especially liked the male character, Quentin, in that book. Good faith content, character growth as far as your faith in that character. Sandra Bird, Mist at Midnight. Love that book. I've read that multiple times. Absolutely liked that one. That's a historical fiction, of course, but Gothic in nature. Even like one that I read as a younger person with The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. I saw that movie when I was younger, and then I read the book, and my husband just bought me a vintage copy, and it says that, you know, like it was printed this way because of paper rationing, so it was during the war. And yeah, I'm glad to have my own copy now, because when I got it from the library, they had to like get it from interlibrary loan, and it took forever. And so yeah, I love Gothic. So many good books, and I have a list on my Goodreads if anybody is interested. And then my second would be I'm gonna say The Man in Black, not Johnny Cash, Man in Black, the bad guy who's really good, the mystery guy, just that kind of mysterious guy in a story. If you've got one of those in there, I'm gonna like it. So lately, like, okay, in the book that I just absolutely loved, The Lady's Guide to Marvels and Mysteries, or Marvels and Misadventures by Angela Bell, I would say that guy is kind of like a mystery guy because, you know, he comes in from out of town and he's got this jacket full of like little fixing things, like gadgets, and, you know, he has a prosthetic leg and uses a crutch and just kind of mysterious, right? Like, where is this guy from and why is he here? And, you know, he makes the other character, he feels like a bad guy to that person, but really deep down, he's a good guy. So I liked that. Recently read The Scarlet Pimpernel. I kind of put him in there. And in Fairest of Heart that I read last year by Karen Whitmire, I would say that because the guy comes in at the beginning all in black with the black cowboy hat on a horse, rescuing a dog, and like just all the mystery to him. And so I like that. I just, something about that. And then third would be nautical, sea, ocean, ship, cruise, anything in that realm, it's going to attract me. And so one thing I thought of that I read a couple of years ago is by Alton Gansky. It's an older book. It's called A Ship to Possess, and this is the first book in the J.D. Stanton series, and I really enjoyed that. It had very much of a supernatural realm. Of course, there was the ship, and it was kind of like two timelines because like there was the timeline when they were actually in the war on the ocean in the ship, and then in today's world too. So great book. And then of course all like the Mysteries of Martha's Vineyards that I'm reading, the Cruise Ship Mysteries by Hope Callahan that I like. Then there's Bookshop by the Sea by, I think it was Diane Hunter that wrote that one. So anything when there's sea or ship or ocean. Into the Planet by Jill something, Heinrich. That was so good. It was about deep cave diving and her experience with that. Oh, so good. There was one cuss word in that though. Oh, and then there was a scary part in there. So good. Okay. Number 4, I would say multi-generational. If there is different age ranges in the book that are friends, I love that. So I think of like Rachel Haupt. She writes really good books. The Last Days of Our Summer, the one that just came out. Our Lives of the Last Summer or something. And then the Fifth Avenue Story Society. Those were both like that. And let's see, I wrote a couple. Oh, Bless Your Heart. No. Yeah, Bless Your Heart, Ray Sutton by Susanna Lewis was like that. Such a cute, oh my gosh, I had so much Southern. If it's Southern, I'm going to like that. Elvis Takes the Back Seat. That one I really liked. Multi-generational, traveling, music. I mean, it's got all the stuff, right? The Extraordinary Lives of Mrs. Kipp. The Secret Keepers of Old Depot Grocery. That was so good. Amanda Cox, if you haven't read that one, check it out. 5, I need to start going faster, huh? Art history. Rembrandt in the Wind by Russ Ramsey. I would highly recommend that book. So good. And really anything about Vincent van Gogh, however you want to say it. He's one of my favorite. He's like one of my favorite artists and probably my most favorite. And so anything by him, I've read a lot of books about him. Biography, number 6 would be biography. I love to read biographies, learn about other people's lives, what wisdom they have gained from their lives, what they want to share. Just really enjoy that. 7, football. I like to read when football is in the story. Also, if it's a biography of a football player, I would enjoy, like the one by Tony Dungy. I wrote it down here. Quiet Strength. I really enjoyed that. And then as far as for fiction, the fifth one, Every Dog Has His Day, and Janice Thompson's A Dog and His Life series, or whatever that's called. I loved that. That has a lot of football in it. And then A Life Interrupted by Charles Martin. Excellent fiction story with football intertwined. So good. And it's multi-generational in a way. Yeah, because he becomes a coach of a young man. So yeah, so good. And then 8, music. Anything with music I'm going to enjoy. If it's a biography, I would enjoy that. And it doesn't have to be all about music. If there's just music in the story, I would really, and that's about like a lot of the words I picked, like if it's on the cover or there's in the blurb on the back, like if there's a motorcycle on the cover, I'm going to be attracted to that. If there's something musical on it, I'm going to be attracted to it. I'm going to be like, I want to read that, if there's something about like the ocean, or if there's something about space, or if, where's some of the other ones? I put down several things, and food. If there's some like food in the title, I might enjoy that, There was one I read a couple years ago by Bethany Turner that was kind of where it was these like dueling TV chefs in the story, and yeah, that was a good little story. So yeah, I'm gonna say those are my buzzwords. So for repeat, I would say the most buzz for me would be gothic, some type of man in black, mystery man, bad guy who's really good, nautical, sea, ocean, cruise, multi-generational, art history, biography, football, and music. Yeah. Oh, I should have said archaeology. That too. Maybe that should replace one of these. Anyways, so that's what I like in a book. Let me know in the comments down below what you think your buzzwords might be. And if you haven't done this tag, there's really not questions to it, I don't think. But if you haven't done this on your channel, I tag you to do it. All right, bye.